Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Dasher delivery preferences on Doordash. This is a concept that's being tested in various different ways every year. They have multiple different pilot platforms, and it didn't even get rid of some of the older help sections on the pilots that I don't even know if they actually started or finished. Because why listen to the people when they talk when you can make up your own ideas on the subject, right? Seriously, they still have the old pilot program pages on their site, and they weren't helpful. This one, on the other hand, seems like it has what most drivers have been asking for. So with that said, we are talking about everything you must know about the Dasher delivery preferences, how it actually is on Doordash, versus what they tell you, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over, especially when it comes to pilot programs on Doordash, is very market dependent. What applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. For a limited time, we're offering a pilot feature that gives select Dashers the ability to opt in or out of various offer types. With Dasher preferences, participants can use toggles to opt in and opt out of specific order types. Now, keep in mind, these preferences always seem to be on a here today, gone tomorrow basis, which is kind of ironic that they're constantly boasting about being flexible and giving us choices, but in reality, they're punishing us for the choices we make. Or they do, but it's for like 6 to 8 weeks in a specific market, so that way they can qualify for when they say, oh, it's a flexible opportunity, and they can point to this whenever somebody accuses them of that. Who is eligible? Dashers who see the feature in their latest Dasher app are eligible to opt in or out of the Dash Preferences tab. We will also follow up with an email to confirm your eligibility. So if you didn't see the email about this isn't happening near you. How long will this pilot last? This pilot is expected to run for approximately 6 to 8 weeks for select Dashers in select markets. During the pilot duration, we may modify or end this pilot at any time for any reason. And preference selection is not guaranteed after the pilot is concluded. To be clear, they didn't add a start date to this article, and to be honest, I stumbled upon this when I was browsing the Doordash help page website. So I don't really know if this happened in past, if this is still happening, if the select markets is really just 1 or 2 and they deleted it after a day. I really don't have an answer for that. But if it did happen to your market, let me know in the comments what you thought. And if it is still there, let's get a few reviews in on that. How does this work? Go to your Dasher Preferences tab, toggle on or off of the following options: shop and deliver, cash on delivery, and alcohol orders. After you have selected an option, your preferences will be saved. You can change your preferences at any time before or after a dash or while you are on a dash, which you can access those Dasher preferences under the account tab in your Dasher app. I wonder if you change your preferences while you're on a dash, do you have to reset your dash in order for them to kick in, or once you make the change, it's official? I can imagine how glitchy Doordash can be. The former would be the case. If you do not make a selection, you will receive all offer types. If you opt out an offer type, you will only receive offers for all remaining offer types. For example, if you opt out of shop and deliver, you won't receive orders that require you to shop inside a store, but you will receive all other offer types. Okay, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for me. If I can choose out of those 3 order types, I would opt out of cash on delivery, I would opt out of shop and deliver on Doordash, and I'd be okay with alcohol 9 times out of 10 because I do them without an issue. Sometimes I will get someone who will claim that they don't have an ID, or they have this expired one, or if they send a kid because they just want to hang out upstairs. Either way, it happens so few and far between, it is hardly worth talking about. Although what happens very often is a cash on delivery order ends up with a guy with no money, or a shop and deliver causes a deactivation for red card fraud when the store raised the price by a literal $1 on one item. I would rather turn the risky orders off and not deal with them than take those risks. How will preference impacts Dasher ratings. Your acceptance rate will not be impacted by opting out of one type of order. You will simply not receive the type of offers you opt out of. This may impact how many delivery opportunities you get to meet your goal earnings. You may also experience longer wait times between orders if you elect to opt out. In the sense of your acceptance rate going down, probably not, but if your acceptance rate is going up, probably much better. That said, it might be harder to achieve momentum within the app with less orders coming through, and I know how DoorDash can throttle drivers when it comes to a driver enforcing their own boundaries. Why is DoorDash launching the pilot? We are always testing ways to improve the Dasher experience. With Dash preferences, you can toggle to choose the types of offers you receive, whether that's shop and deliver, cash on delivery, alcohol orders, or other options. Okay, so that's a bunch of political nonsense. Let me fix that real quick.
We are always looking for ways to throttle Dashers and gaslight them into thinking they're the reason they're not getting orders. With Dash preferences, we can identify those who have personal boundaries sooner and wrongfully deactivate those people.
Yeah, that's about right. Although I will say this, I'm surprised it took them this long within this article to make such a political statement. Usually they lead with BS like this, but instead they've been kind of quiet about it. Typical DoorDash, keeping good programs on the down low and bad programs like the Dasher Rewards program loud and proud. Now I'm gonna skip past the last couple of questions of fluff and get right to the last question on the page. What does the high demand tag mean? It means that type of delivery is popular in your area today. Simply opt in to receive those offers. Tags refresh daily to keep you up to date. Ooh. Now that's a good feature. Not even for the purposes of preferences, but I would like to know what the best order types in my area are going to be and when, so I can plan out my day accordingly. He says, knowing that he would probably be online regardless. Doordashs MO. Everyone should know DoorDash is a company by now. They hype up programs that suck. They might casually mention other programs here and there, and in a few months they make it worse. Or in this case, they might take it away altogether. It doesn't matter if it starts good or bad, they'll make the program progressively worse over time. In this case, they'll probably get rid of it after the 8 weeks. They have a different one of these every year, and this is really the third video I made on it. Just keep in mind when we talk about DoorDash programs that this is just the character of the company revealing itself. Still not as good as multi-apping. Either way, when it comes to DoorDash programs of any kind, or really any program on any platform, the goal is not to make the one program the sole platform to make money on and have too much dependence on any one platform, because that will lead to hardship. The goal is to know the best ways to make money on each platform in your area and diversify your gig portfolio accordingly, as well as developing an exit strategy, because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal.
Oh my God, Joe, you say this in every video.
Because it is true and it is that important. Either way, you gotta do what's best for your financial situation, because no one is looking out for you better than you are. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about the Dasher delivery preferences on DoorDash that I've yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure we get every perspective heard and understood so we can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.